All right.
Singwa salute. I'm Lord Maitreya, the hip hop futurist. You're now tuned into the Super Longevity Institute podcast. This evening, I have a very special guest. Raised in the South Bronx by first generation Latino immigrants, he received his artistic training in the streets when he started in the 1970s.
Mm.
Wow. Tagging the name King 13 every time he won a challenge performing daredevil tricks on the swings in the local parks. He started on the trains. He had a take no prisoners attitude. He quickly gained a reputation as a style maker for creating exciting and innovative whole cars. Y'all hear that?
Sweet.
Whole train cars.
Mm-hmm.
He later became the president of the Nasty Boys and ex-president of the Vamp Squad, one of the most notorious New York graffiti crews. T-Kid is still active, and his work can be seen in the Bronx as well as around the world. He's also a member of the Mac crew from Paris. He has originally was asked to be narrator for the hip hop. Oh wow, for the hip
Yes.
hop documentary Star Wars, but declined. Oh shit, I stumbled on my words. Oh, I gotta ask you about that, man. Whoa. By the 1980s, his trains were the ones to watch out for and were photographed by photographer Henry Chalfant and included in the book Subway Art. He travels around the world collaborating with other style masters and influencing new generations with his paintings. He has appeared in Mark Echo's 2006 video game Mark Echo's Getting Up contents Under Pressure. Also in the book in which chronicles the artist's life from childhood to the present and features pictures of his work by graffiti photographer Henry Chalfant. He also appeared in the graffiti documentary Bomb It, directed by John Reese. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, hip hop futurists worldwide, T-Kid 170. Yo, welcome to the Institute, my brother. Wow,
Yo, my
we're
pleasure,
going to get
man.
it in.
My pleasure, Lord. Yo, my pleasure, man. Yo,
Wow.
great.
Yo,
Thank you for the.
I'm glad to have you, man. Hold on, let me just fix your volume real quick, yo. I want to make sure they hear this.
You got it, man. You got it, man.
Wow.
So,
Oh,
yeah,
here we go.
thank you for that great introduction, man.
I try my best, man.
I'm humbled, man. I'm humbled, man. I am, man. You know.
I'm humble. You definitely deserve it. I mean, the work you put in. I'm hoping.
You know,
I'm trying to get there.
I just got lucky, man. I'm in the right place at the right time and stuff, man. You know, knowing the people that I did and doing the things that I did, man. You know, I never imagined that I would be leaving them streets from the Bronx, man, and taking this across the seas all over the world and whatnot, man, and doing the things that I've done, man. But you know,
Wow.
the main thing is, man, you know, the things that I did back in them days, man, they were trailblazing shits, man. You know, and I can't take the credit, man. You know, I was just one of many. I was one of many, you know, and they were my predecessors, and I got to give them the utmost respect and appreciation for them blazing the trails for me to follow and be able to do the things that I did and shine the way I did. It was because of them. You know,
Wow.
I can't say that, you know, I did this, you know. I respect my predecessors, people like Phase 2, Gift 170, man, Tracy 168, man, Reed, you know, all these cats, man, you know, Padre Dose, Nick 707, man, you know, mad heads, bro, mad heads, man, you know. I'm telling you, man, New York City, man, back in them days was like, it was just like a big party for a kid growing up, man. You know, it was a little lawless and reckless and whatnot, man. It was like the Wild West back in the days, man. You know, and every neighborhood had its thing, man. You know,
Wow.
like up in the Bronx, man, almost every other block was a different gang, you know, different crew or what have you, man. You know, every fucking borough, man. You know, and what made it so interesting for me, man, as a graffiti artist, you know, we was always looking for yards to paint trains. So that took us out of the block and into other neighborhoods, man, especially other boroughs. Man.
Wow.
You know, and it was a trip, man. It really was, man. Doing shit, man.
T-Kid, you said the train yards, bro?
Yo, the train yards, man.
Yo, my boy, he lives, you could see from his window, you could see the train yards, yo. I said, this is a graffiti. If this was in the 80s, It was over. It's in Queens, like right over the train. I live right by. I live right by the train yards myself. Like 2 blocks from the train
Shit,
yard.
man. My Lennox and shit, man. Yo.
I live. Yeah, I live on 7th, 152nd and 7th. You walk
Yeah,
right
man.
there's a train yard, yo.
Yeah,
You know
that's the 3 yard, man. That's the 3 yard, bro. That's
the 3 yard. That's right.
Yeah, it's right underneath a school. There's a school on top of it.
Yeah.
Man. You know? Yo, man, dude, back in the days, that was a yard we used to hit, man. You know, it was nice because you're underneath. If it was raining, that was the spot to go. You know, on the weekend, if it was raining, you want to go because you had the protection from the school above and shit, man. You know, the same thing with the 4 yard. You had Tracy Towers on top of it and whatnot. You could fucking paint all weekend if you wanted, man. If, you know, as long as you didn't get spotted by a worker or something, man. You know? But yeah, man, yo, dude, it was amazing, man.
How did your parents? What did your parents think about this? Because I know. All right, let's go. Let's. How old were you when you first started, and what did your family when they found out that you was bombing the trains with these whole carts and whatnot?
All right, so
did they ever get to see it from the underpass? Like they ever? I can imagine your parents standing around the underpass. Like that's my son.
Yo, my father hated it, man, because he had to pick me up from getting locked up a couple of times, man.
Oh,
but you gotta understand, man. When I was man, I ran away from my mother, man, and go to live with my dad. They were broken up, and I went to go live with my dad at 9 years old. And it was there when I started writing graffiti, man. You know, I started as a neighborhood tagger and shit, and you know, I had no idea I was going to get into it the way I did, but it was because of the gangs. They caught me tagging. You know, like you was reading in my intro. You know, I used to do tricks on the swings, right?
Wow.
It was dope. We used to do flipper board, Spider-Man, jumping over the fence backwards, man. All kind of crazy shit, man. You know? Wow. And I remember we were battling these kids from Noble Park, man. We was over there in it was Morrison, man, Soundview Park, man. And they came down and we whooped them, man. Yo, we whooped these kids. And I came out of there and I was like, yeah, they were calling me the king of the swings and stuff, right?
Wow.
So I was like, yeah, King 13, because at that time, the number 13 was prevalent, man. You know, you was cool if you had 13. FTW, fuck the world, 69, that kind of shit, you know? So I was tagging on the Bodega Icebox, King 13, King of the Swings. Yo, man, I look around and these three dudes. Got the name. Yo, yeah, man, they were these 3 burly motherfuckers, man, big ass outlaw looking dudes, man. And they were like, yo, they made me an offer I couldn't refuse. They said, yo, you tagging on a hood. And I didn't even know what the fuck hood meant back then, you know? Wow. They said, look up. And I looked up and shit, and they saw some red and white Converses hanging from a fucking light pole and shit. And he goes, yo, this is our neighborhood, man, Bronx and Chanthers and shit, man. Wow. So they said, yo, you know, we see you in the park, because that's where they used to hang out, in the park, right? And they used to watch us doing the tricks. But we were little kids.
What park was this, TK?
That was on the corner of Morrison and Watson. Okay. Called it Soundview Park. You know, they had baseball fields right there. The Bronx River Parkway was right there, man. And fucking James Kieran, 123, PS 123 was right down the block from there. So that's where we used to hang, right? And they were like, yo, man, we see what you do. We like what you do, man. Tell you what, you join the gang and you get up Bronx Enchanters and stuff, we won't kick your ass and you get down with us. If not, we're going to beat your ass. I was like, yo, what? Where do I sign? You know, and that's how it all started, man. That's how that shit all started. That was 1970, 74. Yeah, 74, 73. 73 going on 74. The summer of 73. I remember. I was about to be fucking, I was 12 years old.
Wow.
And I started running King 13 and whatnot, man. And I did that for a little while. Didn't take it serious. Not until I left that gang and joined another gang, the Renegades of Harlem, with my boy Satch and shit. And there I met this kid, Pinkle and Smokey. And we used to hit insides, man. And I met Sly 108, and I started, at that time, I was writing Sen 102. You know, and at that time, man, on the 6th line, you saw a lot of dope, you know, tags. It was mostly tags. There was pieces and stuff, but people were just bombing the insides. And you had guys like Aztec, all over the place. OK, Take, all these cats, man, Drake, all these dudes, man, just bombing all over the place and shit. So they told me, you know, and I was writing Sen 102. And then after I got shot, that was in 77. That's when I became T-Kid. And that's when I said, you know what, I'm leaving the gangs. I'm putting that shit behind me. Wow. And I'm going to dedicate myself to graffiti. Because I started, as I was hanging out with these guys, I would see trains and really get inspired by these. I would see shit like fucking Cool, Corrado, Case, Butch and Case, man. Yo, they used to do some dope cars. I used to see these leads.
They sound familiar. Yeah,
Butch and man. You better know who Butch and Case is, man. Those guys, they were dope. TFP crew, man. You know, and then you had Lee, the Fabulous Five. And that's why I started doing outsides, man, because of the cars that Butch and Case was doing, the cars that Lee was doing, man, the Fabulous Five, they were doing whole cars. So I was like, this is what I want to do. And in the neighborhood, like, you know, after I got shot, my father disowned me. So I moved away from Boynton Avenue and went to live in 192nd and Aqueduct with my mother and my grandmother. And I met Padre. You know, I kind of knew him because I used to go there to visit my mother and shit, man, you know, before I ended up living there. And we used to rap and shit, but I got to know him really good, like after I got shot, and we sat down and he taught me style, man. He taught me how to piece. And I would tell him about these cars I would see. He goes, yeah, that's this guy that he kind of like educated me and taught me shit, man, you know? Wow. And then shortly thereafter, man, you know, I met Tracy 168, and then he took me under his wing and mentored me, man. You know, I got to give all praises to these guys because they taught me, man. These are the predecessors. These are the guys that was doing shit. Yeah. You know, Tracy was killing it. He was a master, but Padre had style. His letters were like, yo, he was about flowing. He was like, you know, he was getting down with Knock, man. He was getting down, Knock 167. He was getting down with Padre, Dak, TDK, Part 2, you know, Chain 3. He was rolling with these guys, and these guys was like on top of the game at that time, man. Wow. You know? So, like, he just fucking influenced me, and he said, yo, T, man, listen, you know, he really sat down and showed me when I would do my Busted T Kids, he was like, yo, you got to make this part skinnier, that part fatter, this, that. And he said, yo, let us got to flow, man, like music. But back then, it was the disco era. And he got into DJing and shit. He goes, yo, your fucking pieces got to flow like music, man, like music notes, man. And I was like, word, man, you know, that shit sounds real. And he told me one thing that's really important, and I practice it to this day, right? He said, yo, T, you're going to see shit out there from other writers, right, that you like. You don't bite it, but you somehow incorporate it into your style. And that's why my style started progressing, you know, with the foundation that Tracy 160. Tracy was an artist. He showed me composition. He showed me how to rack up. He told me who was who and what was what and what the real deal was with the world, how fucked up artists are, galleries and shit, you know. And he said, yo, man, all these people are this. Remember, take care of yourself. And I did. You know, with that and what Project was teaching me, I combined all that shit, man. Wow. You know, and I started forming my own style and shit, man. And I made my style, man. Wow. You know, but my style is a combination of all that my predecessors did, you know. And I took it to the next level, man. And to this day, I still do it, and I still keep that open mind. And when I see these new things, I try to incorporate all that into my piece, and that's why I stay relevant.
How long did it take you to get nice like that, man? That you had to.
I got nice quick, man. I mean, by 78. Now mind you, I was a toy tagging and stuff, and then I started really piecing in like 76, 77. By 78, man, I started getting real dope, man. I started getting good, man. And I remember piecing in the one time. I would go one weekend, motherfuckers be like, yo, that shit is whack. Next weekend I would come down there and they would catch me down there and they'd be like, yo, that shit is dope. You know, so I was going, and on top of that, I would do everybody's pieces. Like at that time, I was painting with my brother Pessa, James Poston, man. I'll never forget him, man. He was a good guy, bro. You know, TNT, he was down, he had a crew called MGA. And you know, we got down and stuff, and I used to do his pieces because he had nice tag style. But he didn't know how to piece. So I would come and do the pieces while he would get us up on the inside, and then he would come and fill in. And, you know, and that's how it started. And by me doing his piece, it just helped me get better. So now I'm rolling with him. I'm rolling with this other kid, Mike Ike, you know, Reverend Ike Dust, you know, that kind of shit. You know, another kid, LaRock, another kid, Joker One. You know, all these kids I was rolling, I was doing their pieces, man. And I started getting better and better. In fact, their names would come out better than my name. How about that? Wow. You know? And I didn't care. I didn't care because it was just fun to do, man. You know?
What lines, what line were you on that you did the most? What line did you did the most pieces on?
Well, it depends on the time. Like when I started, I was hitting the 6 train. I was tagging on the 6 train. Okay? Right. On the 6 train. Then when I started rolling with Pessa, because they lived up in Yonkers, so we used to come down, you know, I used to go up because my father had disowned me and moved to Yonkers after I got shot, right? So I used to go hang out up in Yonkers with my brother, right? And that's how I met these guys, man, you know? So the 1 train was there, so we used to go to the 1 yard, the 1 tunnel, And I did that from 77 to like about 79, right? Then in 1980, I found the Ghost Yard. Well, I kind of knew about the Ghost Yard in 1979, but by 1980, I was like really hitting the Ghost Yard. Then from there, I started going new lots all the way out in Brooklyn.
Oh, wow.
About that yard. Wow. Kingston, Utica, man. Hitting those freaking layups, man, you know, during the week. Finally going down to City Hall and going underneath City Hall, there was a big layup down there, man. We used to just go down there to do throw-ups and shit. 178th Street, man, on the A line and shit, man. Wow. Kill that fucking yard. You know, I mean, I could go on and on. They used to lay up trains. In the wintertime, they would lay up trains, the 4 train on the express track from 103rd all the way up to 125th Street. In the wintertime, we go in there on a freaking Friday night and kill that whole shit, man.
Yo, TK. You ever, all right, when you do a fresh train cart, you ever just knew what line it was? You knew you knew when it was going to go outside, and you just chilled outside the underpass and just watch for the underpass? You ever just watch one of your carts on the underpass? Like,
yo, it's funny you say that, man. You know, because at first I didn't take pictures, man. That's what I would do. We knew, like on the layups, we know they're coming out the next day. Yeah, so you get there early and you wait for them to pull out, man. Wow. You know, in the tunnel, you knew, like in the one tunnel, we would go to 125th, and if it was on a weekend, you know, by Sunday, we'd have to pull it out on Sunday night. But Monday morning, we're up there taking pictures, you know, and making sure you caught the right side so you could get all that fresh light hitting your train. And yo, after I used to finish a piece, I used to sit right there and just look at it. I just used to look at it. I just used to be like, damn, this shit is dope, man.
That shit is,
you know, it was like,
times, man. Damn.
It was like part of me, man. Like I was putting a part of me on the train, and I just couldn't let it go, man.
Yo, that's why sometimes I feel bad for these kids because I'll be like, damn, I've seen whole cards done. I remember I was old enough to remember and understand what it was about. Like some people they didn't have no idea. They never seen paintings. They never seen a whole piece, a whole card done. They never seen it in their life. I feel bad for them. I wish we can have like a hip hop city or something, or we could get some legal trains done, man. I wish we could do that today, yo. I wish.
Yeah, man. You know, me too, man. Me too, bro.
For real, man.
I too, man. But you know, with politics, bro. You know, the city. You know, listen. Right now they're packing trains instead of paying money to artists to exhibit their artwork. They're paying. You know, they rather pay some company, you know, or have some company pay them to wrap their advertising. You see, it's about the dollar, man. It's about the dollar, bro. You know.
Wow. They missing an opportunity.
Man, politics always fuck everything up, man.
They're messing up an opportunity. Hold on, my sound just 1 2 1 2. There we go.
1 2.
They messing up. Yeah, 1 2. They messing up an opportunity, man. Like,
absolutely, man.
Like, what are they thinking? This rich culture. You don't see what's behind it, brother. Look at all that nice fresh art behind this brother, man. You ain't see a TK. You ain't see bombing. Tell us about. Oh wait, before I even talk about that. Whatever happened? Why do you know when they stepped to you to narrate Wild Style? Wild Style is one of the illest documentaries on hip hop documentaries. Period. It's not the best.
What happened was, man. You know, Henry Chalfant. Henry Chalfant, man, cool dude, man, cool guy, man. He really appreciated graffiti, man. He used to take pictures. He documented him and Martha Cooper. Let's not forget Martha Cooper, because Martha Cooper also. You know, she was down with that book, with that Subway Graffiti art. Yeah, Subway art. So, you know, they document, but Henry was like, he was an open guy, and he would invite us to his studio, and he would, you know, we would talk with him, and he would ask us questions, you know, and he was really interested in knowing about us, where we came from, our cultures. I mean, he was really into that, you know, and I remember, you know, he said I had a voice. He said my voice. He was like, yo, you know, you got a good voice. You should narrate my documentary. You know, and I was like, all right, you know, I was thinking about it, and you know, then what happened was I started seeing all these guys hanging out and everything, and then in the news, like the hip hop culture started coming in and incorporated graffiti. Then I started seeing people on TV talking about how they rack up, you know, the yards they're hitting, and that started making things hot and hard to rack up paint. Paint was being put behind counters. They started to check IDs. Yeah. And I was like, man, they're putting all our shit out there. What's wrong with these people? Yeah. So I kind of looked at it as an encroachment on our thing, man, on our culture, our underground, you know, our subculture, man.
Yeah,
it
I
was
understand.
exposed. So I felt that I ain't gonna, you know, I thought I'd be a sellout. So I kind of like lay low and never got back to him on that. But he did ask me.
Wow. TK is just a real graffiti. He's just a real writer, yo.
Yo, dude, man,
he just told the story of a real authentic writer. Period.
I turned down a lot of shit. I walked away from a lot of shit because I was still making dreams. I was still,
respects, T-Kid, for real. Respects, yo. Yeah. I understand where you're coming from. Respect, because a lot of people wouldn't have did that. A lot of people wouldn't have did that.
Man, most of them, you know who, you know, I'm not gonna say names, and I'm not dissing them or anything.
No, this is no judgment.
No, it's not about judgment, but you know, me, I just saw things differently. My perspective was different. You know, I came from gangs. I came from the like hardcore shit. You know, I came from a broken family. You know, I came out from dropping out of high school, man. You know, I didn't come, you know, with goals and stuff. I came in, man, to fuck up shit because I was angry. I was an angry kid, man. You know, you gotta understand, man, there was nothing for a kid like me, youth like I was at that time, you know, anything positive going on that we could have done. The cops looked at us as criminals, you know, they thought we were all junkies, spics, this, that, and the other, you know, and the racism, yo, that shit existed, bro, big time. Wow. So, you know, we was always pushed aside and stuff. So I was really angry. And I used the trains, man, as my voice, you know, like my man fucking voice of the ghetto, man. Stay high. He said, yeah, man, this is the voice of the ghetto.
Yeah.
Man, he rest in peace, bro. My homeboy knew what he was talking about, man. So I kept it real, man. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I ain't getting down with these galleries and all that stuff. I used to go down there, man. That's why we made the Vamp Squad, to go down there and vamp all these motherfuckers. And they hated us. You know? They hated us for that shit, man.
Yeah,
you know?
You want to see your art in society, not in a space, like just not in
yeah.
You want to see it in the society, like you want to see art.
Yeah, make your market society. We are society. That's what I told them. This shit, man. We are society, man. We do what we do, man.
No doubt.
You know, listen, man. You know that whole thing with the hip hop movement. Listen, I grew up with that shit. I watched it. Listen, when I told you, man, 123. I remember when Kool Herc came over there to jam, man, with fucking with the Zulu Nation and the Shaka Zulus, you know? Yo, that was like, wow, that was the first time when this stuff was happening. That's when this shit all started happening, man.
Wow.
You know? I remember watching Bam, man, going to the community center and watching them play Cosmic. Feel the Cosmic. Yo, chilling, man, after painting the fucking train, going down there and listening to that shit, man. Yo, dude, man. That was it was like the vibe was just like so freaking awesome, man. You know, you was part of something. We had no idea what it was going to become. Wow. And look what it is now. Look what it is now. It's amazing, bro.
Wow.
It's fucking amazing, man.
Yo, the TK, let me ask you something. I got to ask this because it's in my head. I'm going to say it. I don't care. You ever think that I think they should do a documentary on your life. On what you just told me about your principles and how you didn't narrate Wild Style and stuff like that. That's the first thing that came to my mind. We need to push your character to our children, yo. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna keep it real. Our children need to know. Our children need to know authentic what authenticity is about. They need to know that. They need to have shining examples of that, man.
You know, man. That unfortunately, that's not a one-man job, man. That's all of us job. That's up to each of us.
No doubt.
Who've grown up to show those behind us. No doubt. See, that's why I always respect my predecessors and my elders, man, because they showed me. You know, back in the day, the saying was, "It takes a village to raise a kid."
No doubt.
Think about it. Today, somebody's parent comes over and tries to straighten out your kid. That person's parent wants to shoot that fucking person for disrespecting their kid when their kid was a little asshole for doing little asshole shit.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem, man. That's the problem, man. Nobody really gives a fuck anymore, man.
Nah, they don't.
You know, they can do a documentary on me. I don't care, man.
No,
you know,
I'm dead serious. We need that.
Honestly, man. Like I said, it's a thing, man. They should do a documentary on how life has changed.
Yeah.
You know, how values have changed. But see, this comes to a thing of morals and values, man. And it's unfortunate when kids start having kids, those kids never really had a chance to grow up and mature to be responsible enough to raise children the right way. I'm not saying people raise kids the wrong way, but if you look at the culture and what it has become, it's become a thing where if you disrespect me, I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna blast you. Back in the days, dude, man, we used to fight with the hands.
Yeah.
We didn't come with guns and shit. We fought with the hands. And guess what? After that fight, we became the best of friends.
Right? It's not even a big thing.
That's how it was, man. That's how it was, man. I mean, listen, man, I had my head cracked open, my teeth knocked out. Dude, man, listen, man, I've been fucked up. I've won a lot and I've lost a lot.
No doubt. No doubt.
That's just life, man. For me to say I was Superman and won every battle, hell no. Hell no. But what it did was it toughened me up. It made me, it made me smart. It made me streetwise. I ain't no sucker. I ain't stupid either.
No doubt.
But yeah, man, maybe they will. Who knows? I did meet Brian Ranger.
They need to do that. It needs to be a movie and a documentary. Straight up. Straight up. If you ain't doing, I mean, we need. This is the time to do this. This is the time. We need to show the whole culture, not just rappers.
Yeah, man.
The whole culture, yo.
It's funny. It's a shame, man, because the culture was graffiti, was DJ, MCing. It wasn't even rapping. It was MCing back in them days. It was the dancing. It was the dancing. It was the clothing that we wore. The fashion, all mixed in together, man.
Yeah, man.
All mixed in together, bro.
Saying. You see the burner on my wall. This is the burner.
Yeah,
on my
man.
wall.
I'm looking at that, man. I'm looking at that.
This is the burner. Shout out to Shirt King Fade. Shout out to Shirt King Fade. Fade did that.
Yeah, man. That's my brother, Fade.
Yeah.
Fade's a man, bro. That's another cat I forgot to mention. Fade had that. Yo, what he did, he started doing his T-shirt thing, man. Yo,
no doubt.
Blew him up, man. Respect. He took himself out of his environment through his talent, through his art. He raised himself up.
That's
he
how
elevated.
You're supposed to do it.
That's how you're supposed to do it. Word. You know what? And that's what I did. I turned a lot of shit down back in them days. Today, I sell my art. I live off my art. People be hitting me up, but yo, T-Kid, you selling out. Yo, man, let me tell you something. I gave away a lot of shit for free. I turned my back on a lot of shit because I fucking was respecting the culture. I paid my dues. I bled for this shit. Now it's my turn to make my money.
Yes,
and
to get the bag.
And guess what? I give back. I give back big time.
I know.
I think I'm the only guy. When people hit me up on Instagram, on Facebook, I actually talk to them.
Yeah.
I communicate with them. I'll be like, yo, what's up, man? How you doing? They'll hit me up, oh, man, And I'll be like, yo, I'm just a regular person just like you. A lot of cats that I know, their egos is so fucking inflamed that, this is a pain in the ass. Why you bugging me, Dude, that's what you want. You want people to appreciate what you did. I love it. Anybody tells me that I influenced them, man, dude, my heart goes out to them because I'm like, bro, thank you. And that's why I keep doing it.
Wow.
I'm up there in it. Ain't no street. What happened?
What you just saying right now is appreciation. That's very important, man. Extremely important. And you know what? That's a valuable lesson because, people get trapped in their ego and this guy's hitting me up. What does he want? And you don't know who this person is. They just interested in your work. They just respect your work.
Don't get me wrong. You got your little fucking assholes too that be like, playing their little games. But that's all right too, man. That's part of it. That's all part of it, man. You know what? I'm so grateful. It ain't even funny, man. I like my man 50 Cent said, yo, I wake up, I stare at the ceiling. I'm alive. What a beautiful feeling.
You ain't lying, yo. Especially with everything that's going on today.
Oh man, yo, listen, I just found out my brother, man, and his whole family caught that COVID shit, man. He just sold his house and moved to Vegas.
Wow.
And caught that shit out there, bro.
Wow.
I
wish them a speedy recovery, a speedy healing, man. Straight up.
Yeah, I just got a phone call like earlier before I came on, man. That he was in the ER, but they let him go. They say he's doing much better and shit.
Thank goodness.
My niece, one of his daughters, man, also was struggling, but she's doing much better. So, the power of prayer, brother. I've been praying for homeboy, man. And I pray for all my friends because I lost a lot of friends, man.
Me too.
Nick 707, man. Come on. Oh, a lot of other people, man. A lot of people that I know, man, drop like flies, bro. Shit ain't no joke, man. Shit ain't no joke. Wear a fucking mask. Do that 6 feet shit. What's the cost, man? You know,
I work in
it's
the
like
hospital.
back in the days, back in the days, we used to have a fucking saying, because back in the days, it was AIDS that was fucking killing everybody, right?
In the 80s.
We used to say, yo, 25 cents was fucking save your life. Go buy a fucking condom, you know?
Yo.
So, yo, man, put a condom on your face. Put that mask on, bro.
Word. Word. I don't leave the house without a mask, man. I work in a hospital.
Me neither, man.
I see all types of stuff.
What? I don't fuck around. Yo, what? Oh, let me show you something, kid.
Yo.
This thing is like spray paint, bro. Fucking lights.
It's like car on.
Put that shit in the car.
I'll hear you, yo, because it ain't no joke out here, and I ain't never seen nothing like this.
Yo, it's ridiculous, man. It's fucking But you know what? Things will get better, bro. You know, this is nature's way. This is nature's way of getting rid of the weak, man. You know,
it's definitely gonna give balance back. It's definitely gonna.
Yeah.
What? Let me. How is it painting in the dark like that? Like,
yo, that shit was remember, we didn't have cell phones with little flashlights on them and stuff. It was all instinct, bro. It was all instinct, man. All instinct, man. Like after a while, you go into a tunnel, man, you can fucking see. Your eyes, man, you adjust yourself, man, and you could see. You know, you just had to watch out what colors you was using, man. That's why a lot of people use like Cascade greens, you know, Delta blue, Bermuda blue, these light colors, pastel aquas, because you can see those in the dark, man, and they outline them and shit with a darker color.
I never thought about that.
That's why that shit, you know, well, for me, that's what I used to do, man. But at the same time, man, you know, you also had your spots where you had lights and stuff, man. But when you was outside, man, you know, you either had moonlight or whatever. We just did what we did, man. Your eyes would adjust and you would just rock it. It was all part of it.
How did you get away? How did you keep from getting from the cops seeing you?
Yo, dude, man, I got caught 3 times, kid. I got caught, smacked around by cops, had ink thrown on me, man. Yo, dude, they sprayed me, man, like I was a roach and shit, man. They took my own can and sprayed me, bro. Yo, that was some fucked up shit. I did get caught one time. The first time I got busted, Officer Edwards, a brother. Yo, mad respect. You know why? He treated me like a human being. He said, yo, you know what, man? I had weed on me. He said, get rid of that shit, man. Otherwise, I'm going to have to fucking charge you for it. I got rid of it, you know? Took me and my boy in and shit, man. And he said, damn, you guys are talented. Why y'all wasting your time, man? You know? And I remember, man, I saw him. The next time I saw him, I was sitting on the train, man, by the bench and shit. I just got on the train. There was some guy over there fucking about to rob some dude, and he came in with his partner, and I saw him. He looked at me, and he was hoping I wouldn't say anything, you know, and I didn't. And fucking, he went and busted the dude, man. The dude was trying to rob some fucking lady and shit, man.
Wow.
You know, and I give respect to it because the guy, he actually cared. That was a good cop. At the same time, I've run into fucked up cops, man. It's fucking, what the fuck? Frank Menor, that piece of fucking shit, man.
Wow.
Fucking smacked my boy Rack 7 around, man. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man?
That's some other shit he's dealing with.
That was the biggest fucking piece of shit rap motherfucker there ever was.
Wow.
You know? Listen, bro, you had good cops, you had bad cops, man, and that's how it is, man, you know?
Wow.
At the end of the day, Black Lives Matters, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Word.
Fuck that shit, bro.
You, how did you know which can to use? I know you, I mean, how did you know what color? I don't know nothing about the cans, the spray cans. I think it was called Krylon.
Krylon.
Oh, Krylon.
No, with an L.
Oh,
Krylon. Krylon. L-O-N. Yeah, I'll show you. You see this is Krylon. Can you see it?
Yeah, I see it. Krylon. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it.
And this is Rust-Oleum. Oh, these are vintage cans, bro.
Wow.
This is my collection, man.
No doubt.
I got a collection over here, man. You know, you can't be a graffiti writer unless you got old cans, man.
No doubt. I
got them shit laying around.
Wow.
But yeah, you know what it was, man? Like we had an idea. And depending on where we were gonna go, if it was dark, if there was light and whatnot, that kind of like gave us an idea of what colors we were gonna use. And you gotta understand, back in them days, there wasn't a big selection of colors. You know, it was like each brand had like 10 colors and they were mostly the same. You know, they were mostly the same with each brand. You know, they all had the black, the blue, the green, the purple, the orange. You
The
know,
major colors.
yeah, they just had the
All the
basic
major
colors and shit, man. And we did what we did, man. You know, then we started finding out that if you spray green and white together, it makes it lighter. Then we started finding blends and all kind of shit, man. And we started developing all this shit, man.
Wow.
You know,
How long would it take you to get in and out of the yard at
like
night?
on a
At,
good day, on a good
nighttime.
day, like on a good day, man, it'd be like we go into a tunnel, into a yard, man. We did about 1 or 2 hours and shit. You know, there was times when we'd be there all fucking weekend and come back and keep coming back.
Oh,
You know, it just depended, man. You know,
wow.
and if nobody like, you know, if you took care of your yard and you didn't tell people about it and stuff, you wouldn't get a lot of, you know, people coming in and out and attracting attention. It was always real important to be low key, not to get spotted. So we would be careful. You know, we make sure we painted where they wouldn't see us. We would be quiet. You know, we wasn't, you know, rowdy, breaking shit, you know, going all over the fucking place. We just went and painted. That way we could keep coming back and keep coming back and keep coming. That's how I was able to do so many cars, man. I did a lot of fucking cars, bro.
Yeah, I know. Did you come with it? How many people would mostly go with you in the beginning?
Like at first it was just like me and Pessa, just two of us. And then it was me, Mike, and Pessa. Then me, Mike, Race, and Pessa. You know, four. Four was like the max that I would go with. You know, I didn't like going with a lot of people. But most of the times it was either me by myself or me and somebody else or another guy. You know, depending on what we wanted to do. If I wanted to do like a whole car, I'd make sure it was three of us. And I would lay everything down and I would tell Ken Double N, yo, man, this is this color. I'll tell Boozer, that's that color. And we would just rock cars, bro. And we would just lay them out, man, and one after another. We finish and we have paint left over, we go do another car. And then if I was lucky enough, see some kid coming in, a toy, Vic him, take his paint, and do another fucking car. You know? That's how it was, man. Shit was fun, bro.
How many cars? All right, let me get a good estimate of how many train cars you might have did. This is crazy.
Okay, so whole cars, man, and I'm gonna tell you, bro, this was a lot. This was a lot. Like most writers, bro, they had like about 10, 15, 20 cars, man. Very little writers. The only guys who really had a lot of cars are the guys who bombed, who did throw-ups. Me, whole cars, I want to say I had like about, I think it was like about 88 cars that I could count. That's a lot back then. That's a lot.
Whoa.
That's a lot of fucking cars, bro.
Yo. Wait a minute.
And I got pictures of about 60 of them, and I'm missing about 20, 28.
That's bananas.
And I keep seeing pictures pop up here and there. So I'll be like, yeah.
That's bananas.
You know? so that was that. But that's just whole cars. Okay? That's not counting throw-ups. That's not counting other shit that I did, man. You know? Other people's names and whatnot, you know? And dude, man, you know, I still got shit. What can I tell you?
Yo, that's crazy. How did you land in Paris?
Oh man, yo. Okay, so Cope, Inc. 76, and Sonic, man. We went out to the south of France. We were invited to a True School. They had came up to New York. We did like an exchange thing. They came to New York. We met them. They were doing a documentary. We bombed a bunch of walls and whatnot. You know, this was the Mac Crew. They called it True School. Mac Crew and True School, right? So the documentary was called True Mac, right? They came to New York. We met them. Cope met them. So we lined up walls and we did a bunch of walls together. So then they threw a big festival in the south of France in what's the name of that city, man, with the red fucking bricks, man? Montpellier. I forgot, man. Anyway, it's a beautiful city in the south of France. Went to a fucking jam out there.
Nice?
I met this. No, it wasn't Nice. Forgot the name, man. Damn, it's funny, man. I remember. Don't worry. When we're talking, I'm gonna remember.
Okay.
I get those senior moments, bro.
No, it's all good.
Right? And so I met Congo. So I met Congo over them, Congo and Lazoo. And they had a thing. They were from the Mac Crew. And they had a thing going on, this what was the name? Cosmopolitan in Paris. And from there they invited me to Paris. Wow. And I've been going to Paris ever since. But way before I met them, man, I met this kid named Bando. You know, Bando, I had met him in the Roxy back in the fucking 80s. And he was telling me to come down to fucking Paris. And he was like the king of Paris, man, of the Paris metros at that time. Him, this kid Zanoy, Onio, Seikos, you know, you got to learn this shit, man. You know, they were like killing the fucking trains, man, you know. So, you know, but I didn't get a chance to go there at that time. You know, I couldn't fucking travel because I was on probation. You know, you wouldn't let me travel. You know, so I couldn't go. But later on, I was able to go. When I got there, man, it was all good in the hood, bro. It was all good in the hood, man.
That's crazy.
So that's how I became a member of the Mac crew and shit. You know, and let me tell you, man, this kid Congo, he blew up, man. All them kids annoying. All them kids, man. They all doing their thing, man. Fucking Seacoast got his studio working with John One. John One's one of ours, man. He painted with one of my proteges, man. You know, back 7. You know, him and they started that 156 crew, man. You know, and these kids, man, this kid John One, man, his paintings go for $25,000, bro. Pop, man. I'll be like, damn, that kid is you know, that's what it's about, progressing, man. He left fucking drugs and the bullshit in New York City, went to Paris, made a name for himself. Now he's like the king of Paris, man. I mean, literally, the king of fucking Paris, bro.
Nah, I've been to Paris. I've been to Paris before. It shocked me how much the art, the art form is out there. It's everywhere.
You gotta understand. You gotta understand. They're like an older civilization than ours, and they really appreciate art. You know, their mentality is this: as Americans, we get extra money. We want to buy a car. We want to buy a motorcycle. They get extra money. They buy art. And then they meet guys like me and tell them what graffiti art is, and now they want graffiti art. You know? And now they're starting to accept graffiti as art. Forget street art. I'm talking graffiti, letters, names, characters, you know, all that dope shit, man.
Yeah, this, you know, writing, burning, piecing, graffiti, it's an ancient art, man. I mean, when I go back and I look at some of my books that illustrate Egypt or cave art or it always reminds me of piecing and burning, mixing characters and letters, especially in Egypt. That really, when you see them paintings on the walls, it definitely reminds me of graffiti art, burning, piecing. It definitely reminds me of that, man. And I just wish, I wonder if there was ever, I know this is gonna sound crazy. I wonder if there was ever a burner on a bullet train.
Somebody actually did, and they buffed it right away.
Damn.
Yeah, somebody did. I think it was in Germany. The One Up crew.
Oh, word?
The One Up crew. Yeah, they don't fuck around, man. Like, yo, I gotta know this shit, bro.
Joe.
You know?
Yo,
I know this shit.
How'd you get up with we need another video game too, man. So you know what I'm saying? We need another video game with how'd you get up with Echo?
That's just that was just a thing of knowing the right person at the right time, man. You know, I was running around. I was actually doing a project. I was working on a book, and I met this kid named Cat. We was bombing shit, and Cope actually we did a wall together. He came up and he was like, "Yeah, all right." So he had gotten down with fucking Mark Echo with the T-shirt business. He was behind a lot of designs from the back in the days when Mark Echo used to do the dope T-shirts. Yeah. This kid Cat. So then I guess Cat and them, they started talking to Mark Echo about a video game, a graffiti video game, and they planted the seeds. So when it was time, he asked me to do some drawings because we had done a wall together, me, him, and Cope. So he put me, Cope, Smith, a couple other guys, man, Futura. You know, he put these guys down and shit, man. And he put me down, paid me a shitload of money. And next thing I know, I'm in the market. Then they asked me to be a character. I was like, okay. Give me another shitload of fucking money. I was like, oh shit, damn. You know, bought a fucking car. I was like, yeah, all right, bought a car, cash, brand new. I was like, yeah, you know. Wow. But you know, it's just about getting lucky, man. You know, but at the end of the day, man, you know, that's all well and good and stuff. The video game is dope and everything, but at the end of the day, doing what I do, because see, I'll go to Europe and I'll still be painting fucking trains.
That's just crazy.
And I began with the local kids. And you know, letting them know. Like what we was talking about, I be telling them what I went through. and how to appreciate your elders and your predecessors, and I get with them. I try, to show them the way. And a lot of people, with it. A lot of these kids are with it. And at the same time, I'm teaching them how to express themselves through paint, through spray painting, like I did. How to find their voice. You know what I'm saying? How to find their voice. And that's what I did through graffiti. And I explain that to these kids. And I talk with them, and I get with them, and I paint with them. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, man, this is how I give back. Because, see, I don't charge for that. Wow. Now, you're a collector, you're a gallery guy. Dude, what do you got for me? You know what I'm saying? It's a fair exchange, bro. No doubt. It's a fair exchange. No doubt. It's that simple.
I look up to you just like I look up to Basquiat and all the rest of them. Andy Warhol. You're up there, if not past them, to me. You know what I'm saying? To me, I love it. When I come in and I see on my art on my wall, you know how happy I get? I said, dang, nobody else got, they don't got no art on their walls. Look at the
That's
color.
What artists are supposed to do, man. Artists are supposed to, bring life. Supposed to make you feel, You can feel happy, you can feel sad, you can feel angry, but that's what it's all about. You can like it, not like it, but it's communication, it's love, it's appreciation, it's culture. That's right. Culture. That's right. They said back in the days of South Bronx, man, nothing but a bunch of fucking drug addicts, but we created a culture.
That's right.
We created a culture that's worldwide today. We gave you the music, we gave you the style, we gave you the art.
Before we head out, man, this was amazing. I'm gonna remember this for a long time. Oh, thank you, man. I really appreciate you coming on, man. I really do.
My pleasure, man. Thank you sorry it took so long for us to get together, man.
Nah, man, it's all good. I was patiently waiting. I knew this was gonna be dope. I was tell us the name of your book, because the name of the book and where to find it.
Oh man, it's so hard, bro, man.
We need to get more copies of that.
It's called The Nasty Terrible T Kid 170, right? You can find it on eBay. We did like about 20,000 copies, and now I'm finding bootlegs here and there. They're bootlegging. I know, because I signed every original book that was made. Okay. I got into beef. I still had the old part of me. I got into beef with Zepster, Akeem Volta, the publisher, the publishing company, and he owed me a lot of money, and I beat his fucking ass and wrecked his place, because he didn't want to pay me my money behind. So that's why the book is so hard to get, because we stopped production, Wow. But the book that's out there, and it's funny because what I do, if you got the book and you send it to me, like you reach out to me on Instagram and shit, I customize the books, and I just charge like $300 and shit. I do the front and the back. I be rocking them shits, man. And people be selling them shits, man. And
crazy.
Word, and I go all in on that shit, man. I make sure I give them a piece of New York history, of Bronx history, of graffiti history, because that's what I represent. That's what I do, And let me tell you, for $300, that's a fucking steal.
Oh, I'm getting one.
Guess what? When I'm dead, that $300 is gonna turn to $3 million fucking bucks. Man.
Yeah, probably more than that.
You know what I'm saying?
Probably way more than that, bro. I'm telling you that. I'm getting one.
Listen, I ain't gonna listen. I never knew nothing about. I dropped out of high school, but in my traveling, learning different cultures, learning different things, having an open mind, I come to realize that every famous artist, such as Van Gogh, Gauguin, them motherfuckers died poor. Yeah, they never saw a penny from their fucking art, and their art is worth millions. Guess what? Yeah. I'm making my money while I'm alive, and let it be worth even more when I'm fucking gone.
Thank goodness.
No doubt. Fuck that.
Yeah, man.
I did my thing. I raised my kids. I did the 9 to 5. I worked for the city of New York. All right. I was a painter, a supervisor painter, and I retired. I did my time and I retired. Raised one family. That's it. Wow. Now I got my new family, got my new wife.
Wow.
I'm retired. Listen, God is good. I'm working. I'm living off my art, my retirement. I'm just chilling, man. It's all peace and love, man. It's all peace and love, bro. Damn. You have no idea how grateful I am. How grateful I am to the people that appreciate my art and support my art. I'm not. How many people like you who give me the opportunity to express myself and let you know what it was like?
Damn, wow.
Guys like you, man. You know what I'm saying? this platform, you know, all this new shit, man. Yo, I'm telling you, I suck with all this tech. You know what I'm saying? But I see the importance of it.
No doubt.
Because I see my daughter all the time on her phone. Like, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the kids on the phone.
TikToking all over the fucking places. You know?
They all on that phone, yo.
So I gotta learn, you know, I gotta get with it, man. I gotta get with it, man. Once again, open mind, brother. Open mind, man. Willingness, bro. Willingness to try different things, man. Yo, you know, and that's what it's all about, man.
You did that. What's in that? What's that painting behind you?
Actually, yo, this one with the girl.
Yeah, the one with the girl. That's dope.
That's not me. That's my boy Noah too, a French artist.
Wow.
He's originally from Portugal. He did that for me and my wife.
Wow, he laced you.
Yo, you know that's and he's a guy that I inspired. Okay, wow. If you look over here, I got Keith Haring. I don't know if you can see that shit.
Yeah. Wow,
that's my Keith Haring. That one up there, that's a collaboration between me and this Japanese girl, man. That she's so fucking dope. Then I got my shit over there, man. You know,
wow.
I got a studio, and that's where all my shit is at. And you go on Instagram and see my shit all day and all night. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna put the link, all the links in the description.
Oh, absolutely. I'm working on a web store, man. But my wife, you know, she's handling that. She's slow, man.
I can dig it. You
know? As soon as I can, I'm gonna link it up on my bio and my Instagram and shit, and put it all over the place. Probably on that fucking what is it? Shopify, Shopee, whatever. Etsy, I don't know. Shopify or some shit. Not Spotify, but some shit that people just, you put your website there and people visit. I don't know. Whatever.
But yo, let me tell you, man, this was I'm really appreciative. I definitely want to have you back. And I'm gonna get that book. I'm gonna send it to you. I want one for myself. I would get one of those. And if y'all want one, y'all better hit T up, man. Hit T Kid up. He's a legend, living legend.
Wow.
Living legend, and I really appreciate it. This is Super Longevity Institute. I'm Loma Tre. That's T Kid 170. We out.
Peace.
Peace.